New developments in the case of a missing person in Newport News. Police now tell us it's a homicide investigation. Last week, police asked for help finding 22-year-old Tyreek Vincent. He was last seen September 30th around 32nd Street and Chestnut Avenue. Well, today, Newport News police confirmed officers were in the area of Daffia Drive in Hampton and discovered Vincent's body yesterday. Police have not released any details on a suspect and say this investigation is ongoing. In Virginia Beach, police are investigating a crash involving a person who'd been shot. Officers were called to Eagle Rock Road and Bell Spring Drive around 10 last night. They say a person was taken to the hospital in serious condition.
New at 5 in Newport News, police are asking for your help rounding up items for a domestic violence donation drive. Police say so far this year, domestic-related aggravated assaults are up more than 25% compared to this time in 2023. Authorities also say 2 people died in domestic-related homicides. Newport News police are urging people to not only leave violent home situations, but to also give back to those trying to leave. Officials say victims are often afraid to leave because they don't know where they will go or if anyone will support them.
And it's like a silent secret that someone's been abused in their homes because the stigmatization of an individual being assaulted. We need to get out and spread the word, let people know that people are here to support them, offer them resources.
Police say you can donate all kinds of items such as blankets, towels, and diapers, and you can drop them off at any Newport News police precinct through the month of October. Just look for the purple boxes at the front.
We're less than a month out from Election Day. Tonight, meet the candidates running for mayor of Norfolk and hear about their plans for the city. Plus, new numbers out on inflation. What economists are saying about this latest report. Election Day is just 26 days away. Tonight, we continue our series examining the local races on ballots across Hampton Roads.
In Norfolk, two people are hoping to unseat incumbent Mayor Kitty Alexander. Ashley Smith introduces us to the candidates and the issues they're fighting for.
Kenny Alexander, Giovanni Dolmo, and Tommy Lehman are running in the Norfolk race for mayor. Dolmo says issues in his neighborhood pushed him to run for office.
My priorities is crime. My priorities is a better economy. My priorities is flooding.
If elected, he says he'll push for better lighting and cameras throughout the city. He'll also advocate for curfews and more resources for youth. He says he has concerns about crime and education in the city.
It's just the standards are just too low in our community. It's time for someone to step up and run the city how it's supposed to be run.
But Alexander says crime is trending down after recently released Norfolk police data shows violent crime dropped 28% last year. The city's first black mayor says he deserves another term.
My background, my leadership, my experience, my vision, I believe is the right combination of skill sets to continue to lead Norfolk forward.
Among several things, Alexander cited progress on the city's casino project, set to start construction soon. He says the city's addressing poverty and diversifying the local economy, and he wants to tackle concerns about traffic safety, including maintaining roads impacted by heavy freight and container traffic.
But if we can get some of these containers on rail and get them off the streets, then we can start making improvements to our roads, our bridges, our medians, our right-of-way, and our public spaces.
Small businesses is the backbone to our community. It's a backbone to our city, and we have to make sure that we're helping them.
Lehman, a former chair for the Downtown Norfolk Council, says the city must help small businesses with grants and make the permit process easier.
We're not focused on education the way we should be. Another thing is also getting grants for communities that really need them.
Lehman, a former chair of the Downtown Norfolk Council, says he'd focus on issues that matter to the city of Norfolk, including giving more thought into collective bargaining. In Norfolk, Ashley Smith, 13 News Now.
And your deadline to register to vote in Virginia, October 15th. You can still register after that date and vote with a provisional ballot. In North Carolina, the registration deadline is tomorrow at 5 p.m. In-person early voting begins a week from today on October 17th.
The latest inflation report came out today. It showed a smaller decrease than economists expected. Consumer prices rose 2.4% in September compared to a year ago. It's been about 3 weeks since the Federal Reserve cut its benchmark interest rate by 0.5 percentage point. As inflation continues to soften, the Fed has signaled it will probably lower interest rates again. Its next meeting is coming up November 7th. Social Security recipients will get a 2.5% cost of living increase next year. The Social Security Administration says that translates to about $50 a month. This increase is smaller than in years past because inflation is cooling. Last year's COLA was 3.2%.
All right, now back to the weather. Chief Meteorologist Tim Pandages, and we're just continuing to enjoy such nice weather around the
We've been on quite the stretch, haven't we? You know, it started off earlier this week with plenty of sunshine. Temperatures were on the milder side, and now we're starting to get a push of some cooler, drier, more autumn-like air, especially in the overnight hours. We're going to be in the 40s wake-up time on Saturday morning. Now, we've been there before, but this looks to be almost area-wide Saturday morning. But if you're not a fan of that type of weather just yet, by Saturday afternoon, we'll be flirting with 80 degrees. So those big swings this time of year is perfect for that. High pressure is parked to our northwest now. We've got winds coming in out of the north. That transported cooler temperatures for today. Only topped out in the mid to upper 60s in a lot of spots, about 10 degrees cooler than where we were yesterday. Started cloudy today. Now we are sunny and have a beautiful evening ahead of us. Temperatures are right now in the 60s. A few spots like Melfa have already dropped into the upper 50s. Look at the dew points, though. Nice and dry air in the low 40s, and that will set the stage for a cool night tonight and several cool nights ahead. Tonight in Southside, 40s inland, 43 at Wakefield, 44 at Franklin, 54 at Portsmouth to Norfolk. At the beach, we're down to 53 by early tomorrow morning. Mid 40s at Gloucester, Williamsburg, 51 at Cape Charles, 53 over at Matthews, 52 at Hampton. Interior spots in northeastern North Carolina, looking at 40s by tomorrow morning. The beaches down through the Outer Banks, upper 50s to near 60 degrees. Ocean's still quite warm this time of the year, so those oceanside areas staying much milder. 78 degrees on your Saturday. Cool start in the 40s, but a milder afternoon. Really an exceptional day. Sunday we'll do it all over again, just a little bit milder in the afternoon. Temperatures getting up to around 80 degrees with, again, abundant sunshine. Outdoor plans this weekend. Looks fantastic both days. Here's how it looks as we walk through Futurecast. Northerly winds tonight. Skies are clear. Temperatures getting down to the 50s close to the coast. Again, 40s back inland as you saw. Tomorrow afternoon, upper 60s to around 70. A lot of sunshine across the board. Winds will start to take a northwesterly turn and then turn westerly overnight and early Saturday morning. And that will be a key to helping temperatures area-wide drop into the 40s. Wake-up time Saturday morning, we're looking at 49 at Norfolk, mid-40s at Murfreesboro, Ivor, and 48 down to Suffolk. And then by the afternoon, look at that, temperatures rebounding nicely in the upper 70s to around 80. We kind of do it all over again, just not as chilly by Sunday morning, still in the 50s. And with winds coming southwest at that point, we'll begin to see temperatures in the afternoon bounce to around 80. How about in the tropics? Well, we've got what's left of Milton. That's a post-tropical storm now, moving into the Atlantic, not affecting anybody anymore. Leslie, a tropical storm staying in the Atlantic, and another tropical wave that just emerged off the coast of Africa. Low chances of that developing here in the short term. 20% chance. Next name on the list, if we do need it, would be Nadine. All right. Extended forecast, lots of sunshine tomorrow, 60s, upper 70s to around 80, both weekend days. Still mild and still pleasant on Monday in the mid-70s. Front comes on through. That does bring an isolated shower chance late in the day, but it will drop temperatures considerably for the remainder of the week as we see high temperatures held back in the low to mid-60s with overnight lows in the upper 40s and low 50s. Guys?
Sean Diddy Combs back in court. The rulings from a judge today as the rap mogul remains jailed on sex trafficking charges. And ahead at 5:30, local groups continue to help victims of Hurricane Helene. The efforts in Virginia Beach to get supplies to Tennessee. And the 36th annual Fall Town Point Virginia Wine Festival is coming up next weekend. 13 News Now is a proud sponsor. The festival is in Town Point Park on October 19th and 20th and features more than 200 fine wines, along with food vendors, live music, and shopping. We hope to see you there. Breaking news in Hampton. Police tell us officers are investigating a deadly shooting. And this is a picture of the scene that police posted on social media just minutes ago at West Mercury Boulevard near North Armistead Avenue. Police say a man is dead, and they haven't released any details on a suspect. We'll bring you any updates as they come into our newsroom. New developments tonight in the sex trafficking case of Sean Diddy Combs. Just hours ago, a trial date was set for May.
So Combs appeared in front of a new judge in Manhattan federal court, and ABC's Zorin Shah has the latest.
Today, Sean Diddy Combs appearing in front of a New York federal judge. This after being accused of leading a vast criminal enterprise that included the sexual abuse and exploitation of women, along with charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The rapper pleading not guilty to those charges. And Diddy's team is also accusing federal agents and prosecutors of tainting the jury pool with unlawful leaks. For example, the raids at Diddy's home and the video obtained by CNN showing Combs attacking his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, in a hotel hallway. The judge agreed to impose some kind of order meant to protect grand jury material and non-public evidence after Sean Combs accused federal agents of leaking. Combs is also behind bars without bail, so his lawyers are asking for a quick trial starting as early as April. The judge set the trial date for May 5th.
Speedy trial really is going to depend on whether or not the prosecution feels as though they are ready for trial in the spring. Do they have enough evidence? Have they spoken to enough witnesses? And are they prepared enough to start trial in this early spring?
His lawyers also still pushing for him to be released on bail, saying he would comply with restrictive conditions that would have prevented any conceivable risk of flight or danger, and that he would sequester in his Miami estate with few visitors and hand over his phone. A judge, however, deeming he was a danger to women, as a plaintiff's lawyer says almost 300 men and women have come forward alleging abuse.
Based on what they're telling me, he's a monster.
He says his clients say they were invited to Diddy's parties where they were drugged and sexually assaulted, and the allegations go beyond Diddy.
We've received a lot of accusations against very well-known celebrities that allegedly participated in these after parties, that were either in the room, maybe witnessing these sexual assaults taking place, or even participating in them.
Zorin Shah, ABC News, Los Angeles.